Hope you enjoy your day.
All right, George Legnard started talking before he got the camera on.
Father Lewis to lead us in prayer.
Father Clyde.
Let us pray. Christ, the Son of God, came into the world to gather those who were scattered. Whatever contributes to bringing us closer together, therefore, is in accord with God's plan. Thus, those who are separated from each other by mountains, oceans, or great distances are brought nearer to each other whenever new highways are built or other means of transportation develop. Let us then call on God to bless these antique and classic automobiles, those who have worked on them from the beginning, and to protect with His gracious help those who make use of these wonderful machines. And may God also bless all of us spectators here who will admire these cars throughout the day. Lord our God, creator of heaven and earth, in the rich depths of your wisdom, you have empowered us to produce great and beautiful works. Grant, we pray, those who use these vehicles may travel safely with care for the safety of others. Whether they travel for business or pleasure, let them always find Christ to be the companion of their journey, who lives and reigns forever and ever. Amen.
Now we would ask Penny Treggett and Kathy Davenport to sing the national anthems.
All right, Penny Treggett and Kathy Davenport and George Legnard, the chairman, is trying to get the microphone.
us in a blink to the flag.
Gentlemen, remove your caps. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Play ball. That's what I said earlier.
Thank you, Bob. Everybody enjoy your day.
This is the 10th annual St. Patrick's in Rouses Point car show, antique and classic. And it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood today. We've had all kinds of wet weather in the recent weeks and months, as everybody in the North Country and surrounding area knows. The boats look so nice down at the former Gaines Marina. I'm sure a lot of those will be in the water before the day is over on this Sunday morning at the moment, August 20th, 2023. And we put the camera on just after George Legnard had said it's the 10th annual car show. So we want to make sure we mention that at least 3 or 4 times. Car show is surrounding, and I think there's events going on inside the church basement also. But the car show is surrounding the church here, the former Knights of Columbus Hall that's now owned by the parish. There are cars lining up here in the driveway, in the parking lot, and across the road, and on the lawn here. We'll try to take a look at as many of them as we can, and we'll try to do it without getting bitten. Or is it get bit? Get bit or get bitten? Let me know which is correct. Okay, as we try to explain, every time there's copyrighted music playing in the background, we have to avoid that if possible, because we try to put this on cable TV, and they expect me to be paying the copyright to put that on cable TV. So if we don't prominently display the music and keep it as far in the background as we can, it'll clear our conscience. As far as YouTube goes, YouTube screens these, and every once in a while you'll get a pre-recorded number that, or even mainly pre-recorded ones that the artists do not want them on YouTube. So we've had audio blocked on YouTube. Sometimes we've had videos blocked on YouTube. So we have to be discreet when it comes to music. If somebody local is singing it, that's a whole different story. But when it's pre-recorded with the original artist, it's a different ball of wax as far as copyrights go. We hate to have to explain that every time, but we try to explain why we're avoiding that music or talking over it. There are some ruts here in the soft ground, and there's an area that's roped off where there would normally be cars. Stepping on the grass here, we can feel the moisture in the grass, but they are able to utilize a good portion of it, but it's going to push down other vehicles and push them to another location, and hopefully they'll have room for everybody. Hopefully they'll have room for everybody who wanted to come here, because it's a beautiful day. As we said, temperature when we shut our vehicle off was 74 degrees, but it's supposed to go up to the low 80s today. We're supposed to be getting some of that smoke from the Canadian wildfires that we've been blessed with all summer long, but that is supposed to be higher elevation, so it may be blocking the sun in areas, but it's not supposed to be low enough that it would affect our breathing. The early birds got their vehicles right there in the shade. They must be people who've been here in the past. They knew exactly where to get set up in the shade and enjoy the afternoon. I'm more of a sunshine fellow myself. There's a way to catch a few rays while we're doing this, and we're more than happy to do it. All right, hidden in the corner in the shade here, and you didn't make too many ruts getting here, but
Yeah, I know. I thought I was going to get stuck, you know. So,
what's your name?
Ron Rabideau.
Ron Rabideau, formerly from Moores, now in
Yep.
Vermont.
Yeah, there you go.
And what you got here today, Ron?
This is a Dennis Taylor Hot Rod 1941 Willys Roadster. Willys never made a Roadster. Dennis Taylor, he decided after building hundreds of fiberglass coupe cars and selling them as kits, he decided to make some Roadsters. So he built like 5 1940s, and he built like 35 or 40 41s. You could order the car from him and it would have a removable hardtop, or you could order it just as a Roadster body without the hardtop. So this car was built by a gentleman out in California between 2005 and 2008. And he completed it in 2014. Like 3 years before he passed away, he had the car reupholstered and repainted. And this is the way it sits today from that rehab at that point in time. Has a 572 big block Chevy in it. It's a GM crate motor. It's rated 620 horsepower with a carburetor. This has Hillborn 8-stack injection on it. So the horsepower should be in a relatively 700 horsepower range. Turbo 400, 9-inch Ford rear end in it. Air ride, air tech suspension on it, so you can lower the car right to the ground. It's adjustable and has a control pad on the console in between, so you can raise and lower the car if you want to. So it's a pretty unique, pretty unique car. You're never going to see one at a car show in the Northeast unless I'm there, because there's just none here. Okay.
There has to be a downer somewhere, so
There
you can't
go.
see the car without seeing Ron. Oh well, we'll put up with it. But as I can easily see here, there is, as you mentioned, no top for this, so you got to keep this covered 24/7,
I mean, I usually,
365.
being the fact I'm only like 5 miles away, and the weather report today was pretty much no rain at all, so I drove it today. Some of the car shows, when it's iffy, whether it's going to rain or not, I'll trailer it. And I have my enclosed car trailer, so if it does rain, I can simply drive the car and put it in the trailer. I do have a waterproof cover for it, and I have yet to use it. Luckily, it's been out. This car's been out in Arizona since I purchased it about 1.5 years ago. So out there, you don't worry about the rain.
No,
you know.
120-degree temperature maybe.
Yeah, right. You don't go anywhere in the summer, but during the fall and the spring period, you don't have to worry about rain. So. But it's a pretty unique car, and it's well finished. So we'll see how I do today. I mean, last year with the red car, I got the red coupe. I got the pastor's pick last year. In any case, we'll see how we do this year. So.
Okay, well, the pastor actually made his way around and picked yours. Of course, it was right in front of the church, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was in front of the church, so that was easy for him to look out the window. And
Yeah, I know.
I picked that one.
Really. So
do you go to many car shows, Ron?
what's that?
Do you go to many car shows?
Not the last month. I mean, it's been so wet.
Yeah.
I mean, the car shows here, I mean, there's been a few, but every day there's a show that's calling for rain.
Yeah.
And I mean, I have the other car, which is a coupe, which I would bring in those cases, but because it's rained pretty much steady the last 4 weekends in a row, I haven't been to any car shows in the month of July. This is the first one I went to in August. We got a bunch coming up in September, the big NSRA show in Burlington, and I've actually entered both my cars, this one and the red coupe, in that show over in Essex Junction. So it'll be, between now and the end of September, that's pretty much how the shows end up anyway. So there won't be any further shows until October.
It's a short season, so.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Ryan.
Thank you, Kelvin.
All right, take care.
Yeah, have a good day.
Okay, we are over here in the corner, and I see people sitting in the shade, and it's 62 Chevy Nova. And
Zephyr Raymond and Mary Raymond.
All right.
Used to be Mary Como of Rouses
Yeah,
Point.
one of the twins there.
One of the twins, yes,
Yeah.
she was. Roland Como's daughter.
I graduated with Joe, you know.
Oh, okay.
Don't hold that against me.
Yeah, and I bought this car in 1969 from Millie Willette. And kept it in storage for about 30-some years, and then towed it to Batavia. And again, we had it in storage until we could afford to finish her off, and finally got her all done. And she came back to Rouses Point to see Millie. Hopefully Millie comes around, or I'm going to have to find her.
Well, she's at
I know-
260 Lake Street. So
Yeah, I know Mitchell is going to come over,
I think
and that's my story.
she'll sit in the back seat and sing, maybe.
Well, yeah. I had one couple that came to the car show, and they said they got married in a car just like this.
In the car.
And I says, well, can we take pictures? I said, sure, hop in as long as you don't do what you did on your wedding night in the car.
Or on the days leading up to it.
yeah.
All right, so you got a story here? You want to?
Here's the story if you want to.
Well, I'll get over on this side here. Look at the car. You can read that story to us if you'd like.
I
By
purchased the
Zephyr
19...
Raymond. You're still called Raymond? Were you ever called Raymond?
Raymond, Zephyr Raymond, yes.
You were called Raymond one time?
No,
No?
just Raymond.
It depends if you ran into a French guy.
Yeah,
Then they'd call you.
baby. No, I bought this car from Millie Willette, of course, I just said, and Mary drove it to Plattsburgh State for 6 months, and finally it was giving us too much trouble, and we put it in my father's hay barn, and it sat there for 30 years. Nobody touched it.
Didn't get too rusty then.
No. And from there we towed it to Batavia, and she came last Friday from Batavia to Rouses Point on her own power.
All the way.
And purred like a kitten. My wife got a little wet, though it drips a little bit around the convertible top, but other than that,
Just on the passenger side?
just on the passenger,
Well,
yes.
that's-
The
that's
driver
no
didn't
problem.
get
That's
wet
no
at all.
problem.
No.
That's problem then. That's fine.
So no, it was a good ride. Everything went well, and that's my story.
All right. Now, you're related to...
That's my sister Carmel,
Carmel
and Raymond Manette, and
So he-
my lovely bride there, Miss Mary.
We know Raymond Manette is Eugene, 'cause that's his real
Oh,
name.
real name is Eugene.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he used up all the
He-
arrests he could get under
There you
Eugene,
go.
so he had to change it.
And I do have pictures, Calvin, of what it looked like when it was all apart.
Oh my goodness.
When you say restoration,
Yeah. Good.
it got a restoration.
All right. But then all happened just automatically.
Oh, it didn't happen overnight, and it took a little change to. I did quite a bit of work myself.
Did the
and,
bride help you at all?
what's this?
Did the bride help you at
Oh,
all?
well, encouragement.
Encouragement. Get outside.
Get outside and do it.
Get out. Work in that car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I
And,
know how it is.
This car in Batavia, I do the Memorial Day parade with it.
Uh-huh.
I belong to the Lions Club, and I have the Lions emblem in the front, the flags.
He had like 46 cars showed up. No sure. For his first time.
Hey, it's in front of my house.
Uh-huh.
I said I wouldn't even known about it, but word of mouth. So
My grandson.
So how many miles is Batavia? People ask me that every day. How many
How many
miles
miles
is
from
Batavia,
Batavia
to Rouses Point?
To Rouses Point, 350.
Exactly 350 or rounding it out?
340 something, you know.
Okay.
But here's when she drove it to Plattsburgh State. Still have the sticker,
Oh gosh.
the bumper sticker.
All right.
1972.
Welcome home, Millie's
Welcome
car.
home, my little Chevy.
This will by no means be an entire view of this this car show, this 10th annual event here. We have a Dick Nephew tribute car restored, 1984 Olson Eagle, last driven by Dick in 1989. We're talking to somebody who a moment or two ago, and they mentioned that Airborne has had a whole lot of races washed out this year. So it's been a bad year for our airborne speedway in Plattsburgh. But when I was a kid, we had Charlie Trombley's mechanic, Paul Conover, living a mile away from us on the Ridge Road, and we'd be listening to those airborne races just about every Saturday night, cheering for Charlie Trombley's vehicle. But Dick Nephew and Charlie and a couple others had a lot of interesting races there.
How's it going, sir?
It's going all right.
Sunshine for a change?
Sun is always shining in Rouses Point.
Oh, okay.
You didn't know that?
I'll remember that.
Yeah. If
That's
it's
why it's so
raining-
wet over there.
Well, people import that, you know.
Oh, that, okay.
They come with their pickups and open up the back and they drop it out there.
There you
yeah.
go. Yeah, it's been a crazy year.
Yes. All right, so you don't ride this in the rain, no, do you?
No, the wipers don't work too good on it. So,
What's your name, young man?
Gary Nephew.
Gary Nephew. Any relation to the
Yeah,
nephew?
yeah, yeah. Keep bringing the cars to shows. Keep Dad's name out there.
Yeah.
You know, it's hasn't raced in quite a few years, but
It's been a while. Yeah, I'm just reminiscing there about Paul Conover lived a mile away from us, and he was Charlie Trombley's mechanic.
Yeah.
So every night we'd be cheering for, every Saturday we'd be cheering for Charlie. No offense here, but
Yeah,
we'd be cheering
yeah.
for Charlie.
take it up and down the road once in a while, did he?
Well, you may have.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But
Gotta
Paul,
clean it out a little bit.
yeah, but poor Paul, I think he was only 46 when he passed away.
Yes, yeah. Good mechanic, boy, I tell you.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it was good back in them days. Everybody knew each other. Everybody, all the drivers were neighbors or knew
Well,
each
yeah,
other.
yeah, it was a friendly rivalry. It
Yeah.
wasn't, you know. Yeah, it was all.
Before the race and after. During the race, not quite so much.
Well, yeah, you want to win the darn thing.
Yes, yes.
Okay, well, he drove other things than this, the old
old
1939 Coupes or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
you know.
And then he raced in Daytona for 4 years, and that's one thing I wish I would have asked him when he went through that pits for the first time in Daytona to see that big track. What went through his mind, you know?
Yeah.
After racing Airborne and Fort Covington, and
Yeah.
then seeing Daytona.
Yeah, it's just a whole different world.
Yeah. Just knowing he did it, I guess it was good.
Looks like there's a little dent on the roof here. What
Yeah,
happened?
he rolled up in Frogtown one night.
Oh, so you kept the dent.
I kept that, and give it same as the front bumper. A little bit of characteristics of it, you know.
Yeah, it looks like it's been used. So did he get hurt when he did that?
No.
No?
He rolled over. He landed it back on his wheels, drove it back in the pits. Got another helmet because his helmet broke, went out and finished fifth in the feature after that. So
So were you in the pit during
Yeah.
some of these?
yeah. Roger Trombley, Wayne Magoon, Morris Decuss, and I. Yeah.
Oh, county clerk is here. John Zorlo. That's it with his old vehicle.
They got a lot of cars here.
I know, and the lawn being wet doesn't help things.
No. That's why they usually get me parked up front, but I couldn't park the trailer up there. I'd bury it.
Yeah. So and they're still coming in here. It's 11:15, and they're still making their way in here. So it's
Start double decking them pretty soon here.
well. Could you lift this one up on top
I
of
don't
your
know.
trailer here?
There's enough guys here. Probably could, you know.
You hope they're around when you want to get it down.
Get back
though.
down, yeah. Yes.
Okay. Well, do you go to a lot of car shows this year? A lot of them got rained out.
A lot of them got rained out, yeah. Brought it to Airborne one night at the racetrack, and they got one up in the Ellenberg Center next week in the car show. I'll bring it up there. and
Okay, you got the parade and you got the
Yeah,
car show.
yeah.
And, fire department there.
It's
yeah.
good that their local towns are doing that again, you know.
Yeah. Summer is short enough. I never like to see that Ellenberg Center parade though, because
Toward the end.
summer's over.
Well, back in the old days when a Malone Fair was later, they used to always say, time to start banking the house when the Malone Fair comes around. And now they moved it up a little bit, but
Yeah.
was it next week? Only in the 70s and
Yeah.
40s and 50s
Yeah.
at night?
Yeah. Well, I don't mind 70s.
No,
That's good working weather. You can get outside and work up a sweat.
if you want to work.
Yeah. But when you step out the door and you're already sweating, I
Yeah,
don't like that.
That's not good.
No, I like to work up a sweat. So, so hopefully not a lot of rain. And they're sneaking in here.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to sit next to you, I guess.
You want to see we don't get the feet wet.
Alrighty.
Well, nice talking to you.
All
Thank
right. Maybe we'll see you in a week from now.
you. Okay, yes. Okay.
All right.
Brother. rather do this than being a politician, or?
So as we heard there, there's a car show going on next week in Ellenberg Center, so keep that in mind. As I said, this is not a amount of coverage that we're going to look at every vehicle here, and we're just going to give you an overall glimpse of what to look forward to here if you come to these in the future. Everywhere you look, every place you squeeze through here, you find cars. I imagine the ones that are sandwiched in are here to for the day, and not going to be looking to be the first one out the door. Not that anybody's going out the door. Wondering what this is? It's a Sport Van Deluxe, Chevy Sport Van Deluxe. Vehicles in the back. All right, whatever my train of thought was, it got disrupted by a text here. We taking care of that situation, and now we're moving right along. We've moved across the road. We'll be going back to the other side in a little bit, but this is what's across from St. Patrick's Church, right by the Rouses Point Village offices, near the marina. There are people attending the event parked here, and that's one thing. If you're attending this event, you plan on walking a ways to get to it, because a lot of the parking spaces you'd be looking at are taken up by car show participants. So the best thing to do is come here in a car worthy of being shown, I guess. It's classic and antique, so if your car would classify as a classic, or you could at least claim it's a classic, and bring it here, 2 rows deep here. And again, the people got here early, they're going to have to stay late or get a bribe to the person who's parked in front of them to be able to get out of here. The grounds here are crowded, and everybody talking shop here. On Lake Street across from the rectory. As you see, several cars are parked there, utilizing as much of the available area as they possibly can. Vehicles parked here. And all the way up through that's the area where we were for the singing of the national anthem there at the side of the church.
Maybe some other goodies up here.
Apparently there's a kids category too, so the kids can vote and
cold soda.
pick their favorites.
We've got the craft fair happening
So
in the basement. Go down and check it out.
there's
Lots of
the,
goodies down there. Got a basket raffle
line up
going
here
on
alongside
this beautiful
the church.
car show Sunday. Enjoy.
And as we said, every direction you look, there are vehicles here. If you like antiques, you've got them. If you like classics, you've got them. If you just want to buy a Michigan or a cheeseburger, they've got them. And I guess you can never buff your vehicle enough when you're trying to show it off. Keeping some of the usual suspects busy here, working behind the counters and cooking food. Anytime you can sneak a peek at a 57 Chevrolet, it makes the whole car show worthwhile. This is a 1955, as I explain every time I see a 55 or a 56 Chevy in a car show. The only way I can tell a difference is in the taillights. This is a 55, and this here is a 57. And yeah, 57, as I've mentioned many times, is my favorite car. If I were going to choose one to own, I would choose the 1957 Chevy. And of course, not everyone is. All right, look at these guys. I already got you somewhere. All right. Oh, they're finding spot here. Look at this. They'll find your place to park. $15 and they'll find your place to park. All right, we do lettering on hot rods, bikes. How about that? Need some lettering done on this one. And talk about low to the ground. I would not want to drive this down too many roads with the vehicle being that low. I assume it's like that one that Ron showed us, where you can raise it from off the ground from inside the vehicle. And I'm sure many people watching this will say, why didn't you show this one or that one? Well, the music playing in the background, I guess, is one of the reasons why we're avoiding certain areas, and that's unfortunate. Sometimes the vehicles arrive early and leave early. Sometimes the vehicles arrive late, and so you don't come early and think you've seen it all, and don't come late thinking you've seen it all. So get here and tend to spend some time. This one here just drove in. It's a 1932. Yeah, looks to be in excellent shape. A little bit of red. Not sure how popular red was back then. I just seem to recall all kinds of cars being either black or or not black. So it's a great day in the not afternoon yet. It's only 11:15. A great day in the North Country, and hopefully this is an indication of a whole lot of people showing up and enjoying the day. Even if you don't like old cars, you might run into old friends when you come here. There's people from throughout the area. These are opportunities for the community to get together. So even if you're not a car enthusiast, just show up here at events like this and mingle with the crowd and meet some new people and renew old friendships, people you may not have seen for a year or two or even decades. You never know what you're going to bump into. Right now, I'm not sure if they've had any more. About 10 minutes ago, I was told that the number was up to 156 entrants this year. 156 cars, or previous, I should say cars and trucks, 156 vehicles. Their previous record was 138. So they've surpassed that, and looks like they're continuing to count. So we're gonna wrap it up here. It's a busy day here in Rouses Point, and a great event for the community. So it's put on by St. Patrick's. They raise a few bucks, but it's just a great event for the community as a whole.
We got ice cream available, 3 different flavors, $1 per scoop.